Greetings viewers. Today I've got a video for you about some 118 V8 supercar models. These are a pair of cars that raced for the Ford Performance Racing team in the 2015 season. When I set out to make this video, I was going to make it about the Cam Waters Russel Ingall FGX Falcon supercar that raced at the Gold Coast 600 race in 2015. To highlight, it was a one-off sort of livery. I thought I should pair it with the 118 version of Mark Winterbottom's 2015 championship Pepsi makes FPR supercar. Now, both these models are made by Apex model Replicas. Before I send it for a lap, I'll get it in close up. They've got posable steering, but the wheels don't turn on it. They're like your old plastic kit models when you made them. And you'll see on the boot lid there's a Apex sticker. For the company that made the model. Got the XR8 badge on the front. Yeah, the Pepsi Max liveries were quite colourful. I think the colour at the time was bionic blue, which is similar to a colour from the early 1970s called Blaze Blue. And it worked quite well with the Pepsi Max livery. I'll show the top of the model. Interestingly, there's no sponsorship on the spoiler. It's just plain black at the top. Normally that's a valuable spot for sponsors. Underneath, the car's reasonably well detailed. The gold exhaust, which is interesting. These contained a transaxle at the back instead of a traditional gearbox, because the gearbox and the diff were combined in one unit. Normally, this vehicle was Chas Mostert's car, but Chas had a major accident at Bathurst prior to the race on the Gold Coast, and this car, I believe, was actually used by Simona Di Silvestro and Renee Gracie and sponsored by Harvey Norman. It was known as the Supergirls car. Yeah, it was basically just a spare car that FPR had because Chaz's car was so badly damaged, and to this day it was never able to be repaired. It's on display at the museum up at Bathurst. Getting onto this car, because of Chaz's accident, Cam Waters, who was to be Chaz's co-driver through the Endurance series, which covered Sandown, Bathurst and the Gold Coast race, Cam became the lead driver of the Gold Coast 600 car, and he was backed up by then veteran driver Russel Ingall. And it was done in a Back to the Future livery. They changed the Pepsi Max to Pepsi Perfect, like in Back to the Future. And on the front of the car, it even had the DMC, like on a DeLorean. Quite unusual that the Ford Motor Company would have went along with that, but I guess they were paid well for it. Yeah. There is sponsorship under the spoiler by Mighty Might, but on the top, nothing. And you got the Pepsi Perfect logos. I think at the time, you could buy Pepsi as Pepsi Perfect, not the sugar-free version like Pepsi Max is. It was like the traditional Pepsi. This has got the Orcon steel decals on the headlights like Mark Winterbottom's car does there, but it doesn't stand out as much with the clear headlight underneath. Also, they changed from the blue wheels that they usually ran. Well, they ran the same wheels, they just repainted them in silver to match Back to the Future car. I was going to get out some of my Hot Wheels Back to the Future cars, but this recent pair of Back to the Future ones I have, they'll do for the video. Because it's not really about them anyway, it's just this particular car. I don't even recall where this car finished the race. I should have researched that better before the video, but I notice it's got the little Ford badge at the top of the boot, which is a nice touch. Well, this brings to a conclusion this video that was originally going to be about the one car, which is this Pepsi Perfect car of Cam Waters and Russel Ingall. But to match it up to its livery, which it would have normally ran, it was good to pair it up with Mark Winterbottom's car with the regular Pepsi Max sponsorship on it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Look forward to presenting a video for you again soon. Thanks for viewing. Goodbye.